What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another unboxing video brought to you by Mekagoji's Unboxing Reviews. If you guys like the channel, hit the subscribe button, give the video a like, share with anybody you think like the content of this channel. Also hit that bell notification so you are notified right away when I drop my new videos like this one. So yeah, and hopefully you guys like the content and everything. I just want to give a huge thank you and shout out to our recent 500 subscriber winner, Chuck Murdich. Congratulations. Thank you, everybody who participated. I loved it. It was great. Like I said, it was our biggest turnout, I think, for my giveaway. So I really do appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully you guys liked it. And yeah, there's more to come. Obviously, our new goal is 650 subscribers, and we've already taken a big chunk out of that for just recently for this last giveaway and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna be there before you guys know it. So thank you to everybody who has participated, has liked, has subscribed, has shared, spread the word, all that stuff. So good stuff. Thank you. Yeah, and here's to more. So, but yeah, we are here for another unboxing video. Recently I just got two awesome pieces in, and today we're going to talk about one. And is the newly released X Plus figure. Actually, both of them are going to be X Plus figures, but we're going to talk about this one first. I didn't know which one to do, so we're just going to go with this one and let it rip. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. All right, guys, this is what we're going to be talking about. This is awesome. I am excited. I have been waiting for this one. Oh man, when they announced this one, this blew my hat off. It really did. It blew my mind. I was super excited for this one to come out and everything. Um, yeah, I was just, oh man, just been waiting, itching. It's been an agonizing 3 months, for this one to finally get into our hands. And it's just absolutely amazing. So we are talking about the favorite sculptors line 30 centimeter Godzilla 1974, based off of the Monster Maker 28 model kit. Yeah, and obviously you can see with the yellow sticker, this is a RIC exclusive. So, it's all got the bells and whistles to it and everything. RIC exclusive figures usually have a special gimmick to them. It could be a extra figure, or it could be a light up, or it could be a paint job. That kind of stuff just makes it special compared to a standard one, if you guys don't know what that is and new to this kind of stuff. So, but this is the box. You know, pretty simple, pretty standard for the 30 centimeter FSL kind of stuff. But I do like seeing the actual figure on the boxes in color so you can really get a good look of it and everything. They always photograph them well and stuff like that. So, but yeah, as you can see here, without a glare, like I said, it's the favorite sculptors line 30 centimeter series. It is Godzilla's 1974 from the movie Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 1974. And actually on the top here in the corner, if you guys can see that, it actually says Monster Maker 28. Because like I said, it is based off of the model kit. And what X Plus likes to do in the favorite sculptors line is likes to take kits and bring them into vinyl form. And it's really cool. It's very special and just different that we haven't seen from other companies and stuff. It makes it unique in a way that we get to get these model kits that maybe people are skeptical about. They're leery about the material, are getting these things. And, even price alone to get model kits and stuff like that are on another level. They really are from typical X Plus collecting. And so this way, when they do this, we don't have to go through all that stuff with buying the kit and getting it painted and assembled and then shipped back to us and hoping and praying that it arrives to us safely and unscathed. So that's really cool what they're doing with this. And so now we don't have to do that. The more they do this, the more we're going to be able to get those kind of kits in vinyl form, which aren't as breakable. They can kind of take a beating a little bit. Obviously you can't just throw them down some stairs and not expect even vinyl to not break. but they're not as fragile, like we normally get with a model kit and the resin material and stuff like that. So, and it's a lot cheaper. I mean, it's a fraction of the cost. It really is. And of course, then we're getting these awesome sculpts that, maybe we've seen for years, or, just getting into this kind of stuff and you're first getting to see these kind of things. It's good to finally get it into our hands and accessible and obtainable, for a lot of us and stuff like that. Because a lot of these model kits are very hard to find. They're very expensive, and they've been produced years and years ago, so it's hard to get them and stuff like that. So it's great that X Plus is doing this. And so far, this line is my favorite line above anything else. Their stuff is just phenomenal. And that's, my hats off to all the sculptors and the sculpting companies and stuff that have brought these kits to life. And luckily for us, X Plus are bringing them to life in vinyl form for us. So it's really, really awesome. But yeah, here is the box. Nothing too crazy to go over. So we'll kind of skip it a little bit. But yeah, let's get right into the figure and see what we got. All right, guys, here he is. Oh man, this guy is phenomenal. I really, really dig this. It looks top notch. It really, really does. I love, love, love this. Yeah, so of course, we'll kind of go a rundown of what this figure looks like and everything. I love the pose. I love the wide open stance with the hands and everything like that. Feet are great. Tail is amazing too. Very Showa 70s tail. The very fat kind of tail that's kind of flopping around and everything. But it's not super long, but it's not short, but it's sort of like the shorter tail, um, but not too crazy. But yeah, it was just kind of flopping around in the background, and stuff like that. But it's kind of chunky at the same time. It doesn't go to a nice thin point in any way. I love that they have this like bend right here for the tail, and that's kind of like where the tail would bend a lot, where it be going back and forth when it was operated by the wire people and everything like that, where it just kind of bent right there all the time and stuff. That's really cool. Attention to detail is great. And then we move up to the spines, which is great. You got that iconic one row of bigger dorsal spines for Godzilla in the Showa series, and I really do dig that. And these are translucent spines, mind you. This is a light up RIC edition. So that's kind of why they made them more translucent, but also kind of sprayed a very subtle silverish, like opaque um, tint to it, kind of thing. Um, I don't know if I'm set on the color of the spines, honestly. I think they should be a little bit more silver, because if you remember in the 70s, especially the 70s version, his dorsal spines were very silver, um, even more so than this. I mean, even um, the charcoal gray color of like his skin and stuff like that that's coming up, even that wasn't even that noticeable, or it was painted over, or the silver color took over that actual look, so you actually couldn't tell the difference between the end of the spine and like his skin and stuff like that until it got closer to his body. So actually a lot of this could probably be even more silver, honestly, than it is, and that's okay. It's just a little nitpick for me, um, but yeah, it's just kind of what they kind of did or had to do to make them translucent and everything, and still kind of make it look silvery in a way, but also have the light up come through too. And we make our way to his hands. Now this is a big thing, because if you guys know, a couple of years ago, I believe by now, X Plus came out with a 30 centimeter Godzilla 1975. And the biggest gripe, I think, with that one was that the hands were like baby hands. I don't know what it was. I really don't. They just could not get the hands on that figure whatsoever. And so um, it's just, it was just ridiculous looking. And with this, I mean, the hands are just perfect. They're proportioned perfectly. I mean, it looks spot on. It really does. And like I said, I love the pose with the arms open. He's ready to do battle with anybody. Instigating, whatever you want to call it. He's just ready to take anybody on. So he's just ready to do his thing, against all the bad guys and stuff like that. So really, really great. And then we head up to the head and everything. And there's a couple things that I would change a little bit about the head. Um, Now there was a big thing about this when this first came out that some people were torn about it. Overall, it got great feedback and stuff like that. Everybody was very excited about this figure, but a lot of people were iffy about the head, and I can see why. Just because the eyes, I think, are a little too big. They almost got that 73 kind of look to them. And even looking at pictures and stuff like that, the 74 didn't have as big of eyes as what this one gives off and stuff like that. Even the 73 wasn't like that, but they were a little bit bigger than they had. Obviously, the iris for 73 was just crazy circles, in his eye and stuff like that. Then they went to this look in 74 and 75 where it was kind of, it was more, the eye was tucked into the eyebrow and stuff like that a little bit more. And the brows came down a little bit more over the eyes to make them a little bit more meaner. And as you can see with this, even the eyebrows could come down a little bit and be more straight across than more curled, I would say. That's just kind of my nitpick. And also too, like, I think there's kind of more 74 than 73. Also with the snout is longer than the 73. The 73 is a little bit more, I guess you could say, pig-esque kind of thing, where it's smushed a little bit up, where his nose is a little bit bigger too. And even the overall face is a little bit wider than this. Is kind of gets a little skinnier and stuff like that, and kind of lengthens out. And also to the top of the head, I would say is more 74, just because that middle row of dorsal plates that come up there are more protruding than what the 73 does. 73 is more like flat top kind of thing. He's got a very flat head, and you can't really see those spines coming up and stuff like that. So it's kind of a mixture of both, honestly. But you got to think that this is a figure that is 19 years old. So when this kit was originally released, this is what it was done by. So I guarantee you, if this kit or this figure was done today, this face would look completely different and everything. You can even see it in the picture here on the box, where the box doesn't even look like the eyebrows are as curved and going up as much as what it is on the figure and stuff like that. So, but still, I mean, it's still a great, great piece. I do love it. Just a few nitpicks that I would like to change and stuff like that. If I were to want like a perfect figure and stuff like that, because honestly, Monster Maker 28 just released the Godzilla 1975 kit in their line and stuff like that, and I think that was last year. And I got it. I got it all painted up and everything. And honestly, like, that figure is perfect with a capital P. I kid you not. The sculpt is perfect. It is the best 75 we have ever gotten in any form, and probably will ever, honestly. But I think with how Monster Maker 28 made that, if they were to make a 74, it would look just as good, and the face would have been retooled and stuff like that. So, um, it's still, this is still great. I still love this. I still think this is a good 74 representation. And I still think that this is the best 74 representation that we've had so far. Can there be improvements? Of course there can. But, and like I said, it is an older model kit that came out. So, this sculptor has improved since then. It was 19 years ago. Niwa is a perfectionist. He really is. And, artists evolve and they do different things and stuff like that, and they see things differently. So I guarantee you that if you were to redo this, it would look exactly like the movie and the suit and everything. So, but what we got and everything, I still love it. It is such a good representation of the 74. Oh man, I just absolutely love it. I'm so glad that I don't have to try and hunt this thing down in kit form because trust me, I have tried and there was a couple times where I almost went and did it, but I just couldn't pull the trigger because the price, I mean, lot of money. So I just couldn't do it. But overall, it's a great figure. I am so happy for this thing. It looks amazing. It really does. If you guys want a great 70s Godzilla and it's affordable, go grab this thing now because it's just hitting people's hands right now. And get it while you can because, once these things are gone and everything and they start hitting the secondary market, they're going to start going up in price. And that's just kind of how the game goes and everything. So, but just overall, just awesome. So, and like I stated before, this is a RIC edition, and I did state that this is a light up. So, let's get to that and see what that looks like. All right, guys, we are all set and ready. I will show you quickly here that the plug-in goes in the back of his right leg. And we get the standard power box and everything. Still not a fan of these things, but it's what we got and everything. And I'm really not fan of light ups. I'm really not. I could care less for light ups. My particular thing is that I like going on the RIC site because I can get it right away when it comes out. I don't have to wait for somebody, for a third party to get it and then ship it to me. So I can get it right away. And usually it's the cheapest you can get, especially for a RIC and everything like that. So it's like you might as well just get it that way. And, and then if you ever want to resell it, the value goes up with the RIC editions because they are more limited and stuff like that. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and give this a go. So 3, 2, 1, bam. All right. So give it a close up here. So this is what we got. So in the camera, it is coming off very white. Now, I will say it is white, but not that white. There is a hint of blue to it. It's very, very subtle. You definitely have to see it in hand and everything, but it is there. Like I said, I think I would have liked a little bit more blue, just a tad, because the 70s Godzilla still had blue atomic breath and everything like that. So just a hint more blue, but you couldn't go too much more because it wasn't like super visible and everything. Not like when the Heisei started, where it was this, solid blue, and stuff like that. But still great. Like I said, you can't really see it in the camera, but it is there from the paint job. Just a hint of blue that they, sprayed on the translucent spines and everything like that to give off that impression and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's it's great. It's good for what it is. This doesn't make or break the figure in any way. Honestly, I don't usually keep these things on or turn them on very often once I have them. They just kind of sit there and everything, so I could care less, honestly. I was just going for the figure and then trying to get it as soon as possible and stuff like that, and just getting the bang for my buck. So, um, but still, kind of a cool gimmick. If anybody's into light ups and everything, this is cool to add to your collection. This is very similar to the Godzilla 1975 30 centimeter that they reissued. That they basically brought it out as a light up, and I think that was more of a white light up and stuff like that, which is not correct. But what are you gonna do? But yeah, super great. Not much more to say about it. Your typical light up with the spines and everything. So, all right, so we're gonna do a couple size comparisons, then we'll get out of here. So let's get to our first size comparison. All right, guys, here is my first size comparison. And of course, I have to bring out the birthday boys themselves from their epic battle in Godzilla vs. Megalon 1973. We have Jet Jaguar 30 centimeter and we have Megalon 30 centimeter. So this looks great. It's basically the same suit as what we saw in Megalon, Mechagodzilla, and Terror Mechagodzilla. It's just that the face on this particular suit was altered in each movie as it kind of went on, and everything like that. So it's in essence, it's the same suit and everything like that. So this still looks great. I think Godzilla is a little tall. As you can see, he's almost completely a head over Megalon, so a little bit too tall for Megalon. For my liking, very scale accurate kind of thing. And then for Jet Jaguar, um, like I said, same thing. Godzilla is very big and everything like that, so he doesn't really fit well with them. You know, he's a little bit bigger, but that's to be expected. The models kits are a lot bigger than vinyl and everything. I believe this figure came out at like 34 centimeters with the kit. So then when they transfer it to vinyl, it does lose some of its height and everything. So it came down a little bit, but it's still very big for its size. And that's why it's bigger than Megalon and Jet Jaguar and stuff like that, because it's technically not made for this particular line and everything. So, um, but yeah, that's size comparison number one. Second and last one. And of course, you guys know I had to go for the guy, the enemy that he fought in this movie, that this particular figure is most famous for, the Mechagodzilla from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 1974. And this is the FSL release from X Plus, and this is from the Monster Maker 28 kit also. So these two are perfectly scaled together. They were made for each other, honestly, because it was made from the same company and whatnot. So everything about this is perfect. Mechagodzilla is a little bit bigger than Godzilla, and that's perfect kind of thing. So this is exactly what I was waiting for when Godzilla was announced, and why I got Mechagodzilla, because this is the superior Mechagodzilla figure for 74, and obviously this is the superior 1974 Godzilla that we have now, and they're just perfect with each other. They really are. Like I said, they're both Monster Maker 28 kits, so they're both made to scale perfectly with each other, and it just looks amazing. It really does, and this is why I got the Godzilla to go with Mecha. Um, I was waiting and hoping that they were going to do the Godzilla in this FSL line to go with Mecha, and they did, and I love it. And I hope and pray they do more with the FSL line. Honestly, there's so many kits out there that would just transfer well into vinyl and just make people happy. They really would. Like, there's this, oh my gosh, there's so much good stuff out there. Would just love it, love it. So, but yeah, this is an epic battle showdown that I have now. I just need a few more pieces, and I'll have everything and everybody from that film. Maybe we'll get a King Caesar someday in 30 centimeter. Who knows? It would be kind of nice. Kind of sick of waiting for it to come. The 25 is really good and everything, but I love 30s and bigger. So that's kind of what my bread and butter is. So, all right, guys, and that's it for the size comparisons. I can't say any more about this figure. I absolutely love it. I love the movie too. It's definitely been rising in my rankings for top Godzilla movies. Obviously, my first one is Terror Mechagodzilla, and if I were to just pick the Showa films, this movie would be my second favorite, honestly. That's how good and how much I've enjoyed it over the years. The whole movie itself is very solid. The human characters, and storyline is very good. The kaiju action is amazing. I love it. And seeing Godzilla fight another Godzilla for the first time, it got me giddy. It really did. I was like, holy crap, like it's Godzilla versus Godzilla kind of thing. And even like everything about the film where you first saw Godzilla and everything, you're like, what? That's just kind of weird. It doesn't seem like Godzilla, and then he pops out of the ground and I was like, where'd he come from? Like all that kind of stuff was just crazy and trippy for me, as a kid. But it was also just super great and awesome to witness and watch and stuff. So it was. I just love this movie. It keeps climbing. Like I said, overall, it's probably in my top five, honestly. But if it was just Showa, it's my second favorite one. So, and I mean, it's hard to beat my favorite, but number two is not bad at all. So I just love that film. Just everything about it is just super great. So, um, but yeah, I think I covered everything. It's a great figure. I'm excited to see what else comes out for the FSL line. Like I said, a lot of choices, a lot of things that I hope and pray to see, and I just can't wait. And I wish we could get more of these a year, and I think we only get like two a year, which was the Mechagodzilla and now the Godzilla for the FSL. So next year we'll have to wait for the next one to come out and everything. So hopefully we'll see something soon and stuff like that, and see what happens and what we get. But yeah, very excited to see this line and what the future holds for it, because there's a lot of stuff they can do with it, and very exciting stuff. And I'm all for it. I'm all in. I just love it. So like, comment, subscribe. 650 subscribers is my next goal. We can get there in no time. So just keep hitting that like button, subscribe, share it with anybody that's a Godzilla fan, that's a Godzilla toy fan. Share the content with them, and spread the word. And we'll get there before we know it. And you could be one of those lucky people that win my giveaway prizes. So, and speaking of my giveaway prizes, I like I said, I did the drawing and everything. Chuck Murdich won the last drawing, and I didn't have my stuff in hand with me. And so I'll show you guys now what I have for the next giveaway. And that includes the Mondo Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 1993 poster by Tom Whalen. Um, amazing art. I can't say enough about Tom's art. I just love it. And I try to get all of his stuff. I'm pretty sure I have most of his stuff, but I mean, there's some I can't get yet, or probably will never get, but I try to get all of his stuff now. So yeah, the big poster. I will be giving away a Godzilla Bandai 1991. I also have so a couple Ultraman DVDs from Ultraman X, which is a great series. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's really great. And then lastly, I have the Godzilla 1989 Super 7 Ultimates New York Comic Con exclusive Heat Ray version. And it glows in the dark with the atomic breath and his spines and all that stuff. And yeah, all this stuff is for you guys. So definitely check out the channel, get somebody to subscribe to it and everything. We'll hit 650 and give all this stuff away again. So, but yeah, just thank you for all the support and continued kind words and everything. I just love it. And of course, I love this figure, and, this is what it's for. Just showing you guys what I love and what I love to collect and everything. So, yeah, it's just been great. I just love this thing. I just cannot say enough about it. And yeah, oh man, just gushing over it forever. So, but yeah, we're gonna get out of here, and of course, check me out with a great other group of guys over at Monsters with Attitudes. We have a YouTube, and we do have a Facebook group also. So go check those out. For the YouTube, we do one show a month typically about different topics and everything. We are doing a Godzilla Day stream on November 4th. So check out that. That is coming up very soon. So that's going to be a lot of fun with all the news and stuff like that we're going to hear about and everything. And then, of course, go and check out the Facebook page too. join us there. It's a great community. We're small, we're growing. We do themes all the time. Share your photos. Doesn't matter, big, small, medium, large, whatever. We want to see your stuff and just partake in our themes that we do daily. So, yeah, enough of that. No more talking. Let's get out of here. So, until next time, later.